stupendous goal. He's not shy of it. Not right. That is sensational.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this special edition of Tiki Taka Chatter. You're with me, Lee Hurley, and my colleague Michael Keegan. Mike,
Hello.
how are we doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Excited about tonight. Good show planned.
Hooray.
So, everyone, we've got a special guest for you tonight. He's the current England under-20 goalkeeper, and he's playing for the best team in the not in the Premier League anymore, but will be next season, we hope. Newcastle United. Freddie Woodman, everyone.
How you doing, guys? You alright?
Freddie, how's it going?
Yeah, very well, thanks. How are you?
All good, all good. Glad to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to have you.
How's things? How's things going up in the Toon?
Yeah, it's going really well. To be fair, had a nice day off today. The sun was shining for the first time in the Toon. It's been
sun
good.
ever shines up in the Toon. Every time I've been up there, it's always raining or just not very good weather. But I'm glad you got some sunshine.
Yeah, today was great.
So I'm going to start off with a very simple question for you, Freddie. What is it like playing for the best team in the world?
To be honest, playing for Newcastle, it's great. To be fair, when I signed for the club, it's a massive club, and it's one you can't turn down. When I was 14, when a team like Newcastle comes in for you can't refuse it, and that's why I signed, and I'm really happy with how it's gone so far, and I enjoy every moment I play for them.
So talk me through the process. So obviously you went to school in Croydon.
Yeah.
You got into the Crystal Palace Youth Academy, and then how did it all come about with Newcastle? What's the story there?
Well, I was at Palace, and I was playing and training there, and Palace was at a time where they was in the Championship and they were struggling. I think they had to play Sheffield Wednesday to stay in the league, and they had financial problems and stuff like that. And I had the chance to go to numerous of clubs, and people were showing interest in that. And obviously my dad was in Newcastle at the time as goalkeeping coach, and I spoke to Newcastle, and they told me basically at 14 that I could get schooled at the academy and not have to go to school and train every day. And that's what really won it for me. As a 14-year-old boy, all you want to do is play football every day, and they gave me the opportunity to do that. So that's one of the main reasons why I went there.
I think anyone who says to a 14-year-old, "Don't worry, you don't have to go to school anymore," I think you're sold at that point, aren't you?
Yeah, that was the only thing for me, to get out on the grass and play football every day was amazing.
That is amazing. That is amazing. So you went up there, and your dad was already up there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was up here. He was the first team goalkeeping coach. So yeah, he was up here, and the whole family moved up, and from there.
Oh, so the whole family's up there?
Yeah, they've obviously all gone back down now, but at the time when I was 14, we all moved up.
Right. Oh, okay, that's good.
So you've had a few years to settle then, and you said earlier you moved into a new place, so that's good.
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, when you're young, it's not ideal, I don't think, going in digs and being away from your family, because I think if you've got like a really supportive family, it can only help you. So I was really privileged to have the opportunity to still be with my family and work closely with my dad as a coach.
Yeah, I bet he would have put in a good word for you with old Pardew at the time, and yeah, so that's brilliant. That's great, because people don't see the ins and outs of these kind of moves where basically 14, 15-year-old kids being signed up by these big clubs. All people just assume is they just kind of go into this fancy building somewhere and then they just kind of play football every day. But being at that age, moving from one end of the country to the other, it's a big deal. So it is very interesting to hear your story and how it all went about.
Yeah, it is tough moving from one place to another. I had a lot obviously I went to school and I had a lot of good friends at the time. You know, when you're 14, you sort of just go home and play Xbox and just go out with your friends and do what you do as a 14-year-old. But
Exactly.
I had to sort of give all that up and sort of follow my dream and come up north and move away from it, and you kind of have to sacrifice that, and that's something I was willing to do at the time.
Well, you're reaping the benefits now, my friend.
Yeah.
So no, that's brilliant. That's great news. We're really happy for you. You know, fellow Croydonians. Do we call it
Yeah,
Croydonians down
I think
here?
it's something like that.
Something like that. You
Croydonites?
know, I like that. That'll do. I'm happy with that. Let's hashtag that.
Croydonites.
What's it like with Mr. Benitez? What's he like?
Yeah, obviously his name speaks for himself. He's a top manager, and he's a top coach as well. His attention to details fantastic, and the interest he's taken to me and wanting to improve me is quality, to be honest. And I enjoy working with him every day and being around his sort of knowledge of the game is brilliant. He's worked with some top goalkeepers. You know what I mean? He's been obviously with Reina, Casillas, Cech, Dudek. You know, there's even more, and that's something that can only benefit me being a young keeper. Getting his knowledge and the knowledge of them keepers that I've just named is good.
So is he quite hands-on with keepers then? Because I'd have thought a lot of managers would leave it to coach.
Yeah, he sort of he is hands-on, and I think he has to be, because obviously the knowledge that he's got as a manager is massive, and he can help every single player in every position, and that's brilliant for me. A young lad just wanting to learn and absorb as much information as possible, and it's brilliant for me at this time in my career.
Yeah.
Now, Freddie, are you going to have, because obviously recently we heard that Steve Harper signed on as a youth team goalkeeping coach. Do you have much of a dealing with him, or is he more of the younger group?
Well, yeah, I haven't yet been involved with Harps at the moment. Obviously he's just signed, and it's great to have someone with his experience on the coaching staff, and someone to sort of get even more information off, like I just said.
Yeah.
But I work closely with the goalkeeping coach Simon Smith, the first team goalkeeping coach, and obviously the 23s goalkeeping coach Chris Turkey. Work closely with them every day, and just tick off the boxes of goalkeeping and training hard.
Fair enough. Now, with Rafa, obviously I don't know him. I've never met him, but seeing him on TV, I bet he looks quite funny. Like he looks someone who could crack a joke.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about that. He's a top manager at the end of the day, and I think he just does his job and tries to get results at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, of course, I can appreciate that. He just has one of those faces where he just looks like he'd just be really funny, or maybe that's just his face. Maybe that's just the way he is.
He's really good at one-liners. That's the impression I get.
I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine him like with his assistant coach next to him. If something funny happens, I can imagine him saying something funny. But Freddie, you've given me the mental image of what he actually is like, so that's fine. I'll remember that now. But yeah, we spoke a bit before the show about the your success in the England youth system. Obviously, winning the under-17s. Was it the World Cup or the Euros?
European Championship.
And then obviously you did really well in the under-19s in the summer. Obviously, only getting to the semi-finals was unfortunate because winning your group handsomely with 3 straight wins. I thought you were going to go all the way.
Yeah, I think everyone in our camp did as well. We come up against an Italian side that done a really good job on us and scored from set pieces, and they've done that all tournament, to be honest. And
typical Italians.
Yeah, we were disappointed, to be honest. We felt we could have gone all the way in the tournament. It's tough to take, but you have to just look back on that game and the whole tournament and just keep learning from it and improve. And obviously the internationals are coming up this next week, so we're back at it and we go again, really.
Okay. Now,
How do the internationals in the next week or so affect sort of getting back into the swing of things at the club?
Yeah, it's a difficult process, but it's quite quick into the season at having internationals.
Yeah.
But everyone, if everyone's physically ready at this stage, I think everyone physically and mentally are well into the season. I think they would have been fit, because every top professional does stuff off the pitch and on it, and even in pre-season
Mm.
before we come back, everyone's keeping themselves fit. So I don't think it will affect many people in that way. I'm not sure if the clubs will be too happy, but I, playing for your country at any level is special.
Yeah.
Can't really turn that down.
Yeah, it would be special.
Yeah, so you can't turn away your country even if you are feeling a little bit tired, but you can't at the end of
Yeah.
the day.
No, I can imagine that. Now, I read somewhere that you've got a famous godfather. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is a certain Gareth Southgate your godfather?
Yeah, he's best friends with my dad, so yeah, sort of.
Okay.
Not sure how that come across, but yeah.
Because that's handy. Under 21 head coach. You're steadily getting to that point. That could have a quick word in his ear to say, give Freddie.
Yeah, I think it's all strictly professional, but I just keep working hard and plodding away, and hopefully I'll be near the 21s team soon.
So you've got the World Cup coming up next year in South Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then kind of see where you are at your club level at that point, and then kind of evaluate from there.
Yeah, it's a long season ahead. We're only just into it, to be honest, aren't we? So, yeah, it's the World Cup at the end of the season, which is going to be an amazing experience. But for me, I try not to look that far ahead and sort of just take every week, every day as it comes, and the process for me is just keep getting better every day, keep learning, play as many games as possible, and then see where I am. Come the World Cup squad announcement. I hope I'm around it, and I'll do everything possible to make sure I'm in that squad.
Nice. I'm sure you will be.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
I was going to ask you a
If you're
few
not.
questions about the difference in the setup between somewhere like Crawley and obviously going back to Newcastle. Is it
Yeah,
literally a world apart?
it's very different, if to put it that way. But it's a fantastic learning curve for any young player to see League Two, just a little bit of League Two, and then to see the way the Premier League works is a real eye opener, to be honest. But I loved my time at Crawley. I think it gave me a lot of good things added to my game. I only got 12 games there, but I took a lot from it. But the difference in almost, I could say, every part of on and off the field is a lot different. There's so much difference.
I imagine one of the biggest things is the physicality of it, because at that age, I'd imagine you hadn't had much senior football, and then you're coming up against a huge League Two forward. It's got to be a good
Yeah,
way to cut your
yeah,
teeth, I guess.
yeah. It's the physicality of League Two is very very demanding. I was playing one week. I was playing in the under 21s for Newcastle, and then the next week I'm playing Oxford away, and I've got a big centre forward coming to smash me. So
Yeah,
it's quite crazy like that. But it's only going to make you better. I come away from there having dealt with so many more crosses than I would have in youth football. I think I had about 10 to 15 crosses a game coming in the box. You know what I mean? And
I can
it's
imagine.
only going to be good for my game.
yeah,
In youth and reserve team football, you tend to have a possession based style of play in your team. You sort of try to keep the ball more. You don't really kick it as much. Whereas in League Two, it's about how far you can kick it and how much height you can get on the kick, and just stuff like that in general is quite different from youth and reserve team, and obviously and the Premier League as well.
what about the setup behind the scenes? So, sort of training ground. I know we spoke about St George's Park earlier and it being amazing, but what about when you're going to League Two grounds away?
Yeah, well, at Crawley, we didn't have a training ground. We used to get changed at the stadium and then drive to the training pitch. We had a car school of me, Simon Walton, Luke Rooney, and Joe McNair. So we used to drive every day to the training pitch and drive back to the stadium.
Okay.
Whereas,
Wow.
and you had no breakfast. Well, you had a little bit of breakfast, a little bit of lunch. Whereas Newcastle, everything's on site. You got the gym, you got ice baths, you got physio rooms, you got this, you got that. It's all handed to you on a plate. Where at Crawley, you have to kind of adapt and sort of, it's sort of like, this is how it is. Get on with it and get 3 points at the weekend.
Yeah.
But it's that's the side I think young players need to see. And my dad played a lot of games in League Two and in League One and in that environment, and I seen it then, and then I seen it for myself. So that was really good.
Yeah, I imagine that is quite a good way to cut your teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's brilliant.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming up against players, we played against Wimbledon. I come up against Akinfenwa, and I was getting smashed all over the place. But I come away from the game actually hadn't been better. After the 90 minutes, I thought, wow, I've dealt with his threat as well as I could have, and I've learned on things that I could have done, and that's the best way to be. If you keep on learning, I think you should just keep getting better every day.
You'll probably never face a striker that big again.
There's actually a photo on Google of his elbow in my face, which is quite funny.
Fair play if you got up from that. Jesus.
Yeah.
So do you think there's a possibility you'd be loaned out again, or do you think you'll be kind of hanging around with the setup you're at the moment?
I think come obviously with the club situation at the minute with the injuries and stuff, I think being a bit of cover at the minute, and then come January, you can reassess and see what's happening after that, and if hopefully I can get out and get some games, that's the plan I have in my head, and hopefully I can get back out in the league and get some more games under my belt.
I mean, only over the road, Jordan Pickford started tonight for Sunderland.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can never be far away as a keeper.
Yeah, I think Pickford deserves to start. I think he's a top keeper. He's proven in the games that he played last year. I think he was really well, and he played some great games for the under-21s England. So I think it deserves his chance, and I hope it continues in goal.
Yeah.
Now, it must have been amazing for you last season. So if we rewind back to January, you're on loan at Crawley. You must have got the call from your representative saying, looks like you might be going back to Newcastle. Tim Krul's gone down injured. You go back and you think, okay, I'm in the conversation, and then all of a sudden Elliot gets injured, and you're like, well, hold on a minute, I might actually be playing here. And you've kind of just it's just gone from, as you say, League One football to being on the bench for your first kind of Premier League appearance, potentially.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It's football, isn't it? At the end of the day, things happen really quickly, and things change massively. But yeah, I was enjoying my time at Crawley, and I was sad to leave at the time. I was away with England at the time, and obviously Holland were playing. I was watching a game, and Tim went down, and Tim's not one to stay down. You know what I mean? If he's gone down, he's injured, and
yeah.
I got a call from my agent after the game, and he said, "Look, I think you have to go back to Newcastle." And then after that, after my tournament with England, I went back to Newcastle, and then I think at the weekend we played Norwich, and I was on the bench, and it was like, wow, like that's happened really quickly.
Yeah,
last week I was playing Plymouth away, and now I'm on the bench against Norwich in the league, which was crazy. And then I think I had a time off the bench. I think Rob come back, and obviously Carl was there, and then Rob obviously got injured away with his national team, so then I was back on the bench until the end of the season. And there was a few opportunities that a few moments where I thought I was going to get on and get a game, but it wasn't meant to be, and you have to sort of be patient, and I'm itching at the chance to play, but I know I've got to be patient and wait for my chance.
Yeah, it'll come.
Yeah, for sure. And if there's any consolation, you're the first team goalkeeper on my Football Manager team for Newcastle.
Cheers. I'll try to keep
so being a goalkeeper, obviously we want to try to get your perspective on the Joe Hart situation. Now, to me, looking from the outside, looking in, it seems very bizarre that you've got a manager, obviously of a high caliber of someone like Guardiola, expecting his goalkeeper to be not just a goalkeeper, but have the abilities of an outfield player. Now, from your kind of opinion, if Rafa came to you in the morning and said, "Look, Freddie, I need you to be able to improve your passing skills," I mean, I can't imagine the shock of that kind of request coming from, a manager of that kind of quality must be a bit bizarre.
Yeah, it's a strange one, and obviously the things people hear, you can never be too sure on how true it is. But for me, looking at Joe Hart, he's a top keeper. I think people need to, obviously he didn't have the best of times at the Euros, but it happens to everyone. Everyone, you're human at the end of the day. You make mistakes. Yeah. He's a top keeper. You're not a bad keeper if you get 63 caps for England. He's won the Premier League twice. He's got numerous of medals, and if you look back on every season, you could pick out easily 20 saves that he's made that have got his team points. And I think that's the thing. People are saying he should be dropped, not good enough, and I think people forget that really like what he's done in the previous seasons and how good he actually has been.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been there that long if he wasn't playing well.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Jarrett's a top keeper, and it doesn't look like it, but I wish he'd stay at City and sort of prove everyone wrong. And wherever he does go, I do think he'll prove a lot of people wrong and sort of come good.
Definitely, I agree.
The Bravo transfer was confirmed today. I think that is him out the door.
Oh, really? Well, Bravo's the top keeper as well. You know what I mean? So there's good keepers everywhere, but I think it's unfair for people to comment on Joe Hart when his honours and some of his saves that he's made speak for himself.
Where do you think he will end up? I thought that he was open to going abroad, which would be quite a rarity for an English player.
Yeah, it'll be. I'm not too sure, to be honest. It's wherever he goes. The team that get him will be lucky to have a goalkeeper of his stature.
I think Liverpool is another option. They could do with a top keeper.
Can you imagine if you went to Liverpool?
Well, what's his name is injured for a while, so back to Mignolet and Alex Manninger.
The 41-year-old Manninger. But I mean, for me, I'm a big Joe Hart fan, and I've seen the good points, I've seen the bad points, but you don't become a bad keeper overnight. He as you said, he's achieved so much, and he's only 29.
Yeah.
He's easily got another 6-7 years at least at the top. Now, to take a goalkeeper out of his position or out of his place in the team because he can't pass the ball correctly doesn't ring true to me. Something else is going on there, because this guy, I think, for me, I think an issue that he's had is that he hasn't had competition. He's been at Man City all this time. He hasn't really had someone breathing down his neck trying to take his place, and the same really for England. Only up until now with England, you've got Fraser Forster, you've got Heaton at is it Burnley? Who's sort of come into the frame now.
Butland
as well is another one. Obviously, you've got Mr. Freddie Woodman. We're talking to at the moment. There's some quality England keepers out there now, and I think now is kind of the time where he needs to step up. But obviously, he needs to be playing games as well. And Sam Allardyce has come out and said that he's definitely going to be in the England team. So that'd be interesting to see if he stays in the team, even though he's not getting games.
I think he said he was going to be in the squad rather than the team.
Sorry, the squad. Sorry, you're right. But still.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got Wednesday today, so he's got a week to basically sort out his future with either if it's at Man City or if it's going to be with a new club.
I'd like to see him go abroad. I think not enough English players do.
I think going abroad will only help everyone's knowledge of, especially his knowledge. But if more players do it, they'll learning foreign style of play and the way they do things over there. Me working with obviously Benitez coming in, being Spanish and that, it's a whole different culture, and it's like opened my mind to so many more different things. And I think that, there is an English way, there is a Spanish way, there is a German way, and why not try and get a bit of everything? Why can't we take bits from the Spanish game and a German game and places like that?
Yeah,
I think one of the things from the Spanish game would be keeper being comfortable with the ball at his feet.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they do like to play out from the back. But I
It's,
suppose if you go with the typical English view, it'd be from when you're 6 and up, it's the biggest kid up front, and
yeah,
kick it to him.
exactly. It's really interesting. We're speaking about foreign leagues and so on. You've got the young guy at AC Milan. Now, I'm going to try and pronounce his name. I think it's Gianluigi Donnarumma. I think
Yeah.
the 17-year-old. I mean, that is an amazing story.
Yeah, he's doing unreal, to be honest, isn't he?
Someone's come out and said he's worth 45 million. I mean, he's 17. That's crazy. And it's one thing, playing for, no disrespect, but like to I don't know, a Southampton or a Stoke or something like that. This is AC Milan. This is one of the biggest teams in the world. And this guy was 16 when he made his debut.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That is crazy. It is crazy. But good luck to him. I mean,
fair play to him.
I signed him at 14. Freddie, this is you, man. This is the Italian version of you.
Yeah,
signed at 14.
Maybe in a few years we'll have a little battle up at the Euros or something.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You can go up one of those corners and maybe not elbow him, but give him a bit of a push.
The pressure that he's coping with is unreal, actually.
Yeah.
Young age, and he's so big as well. He doesn't look 17.
That's what it is, though.
Yeah, some players are just like that, aren't they? Rooney was one. He was a man at 16.
Yeah, definitely. He was a beast. But Freddie, I've got a question for you. So going back to the beginning again. So when you were at school, did you always want to be a goalkeeper, or did you have an ulterior motive?
No, to be honest, I used to play centre midfield on the little pitches, but as soon as I got to the big pitches and I couldn't run anymore, I sort of gave that up. And then, but my dad was a goalkeeper, you know what I mean, and I watched him nearly all the time. I watched nearly every game, and I went to training with him and watched him train.
Yeah.
So from there, I always liked goalkeeping. I always enjoyed it. So it sort of just flowed with me. And then when I went to school, I had the chance to go on the school team, and I tried out in goal, and I got that. And then sort of just started ticking off goals and started setting new ones, ticking them off, setting new ones, ticking them off. And I've just sort of gone with it, and just sort of rolled up here now.
Good luck, isn't it?
Fair enough.
Big keeper, but you ended up as one.
Yeah.
Hey.
Like I read when I knew you were coming on, I was doing a bit of research, and a goalkeeper that I'm very fond of, probably before your time, Freddie, but a guy called Jose Chilavert. He's the Paraguayan goalkeeper, but basically the
free
story.
kicks.
Yeah, so basically the story with him was growing up in Paraguay. He used to obviously play street football with the kids in his neighborhood and whatever, and he found that he'd never get the ball.
Yeah.
Because you know what kids are like, they will run after the ball and there's no system or anything, they just charge after the ball. So he said, everyone seems to be kicking the ball at the goal, so let me go in goal. So then he decided to go in goal, and then he thought, well, actually, I'm pretty good at free kicks. And if you YouTube him, when you got some downtime, check him out. He's amazing. So he basically took free kicks like David Beckham, but was like Joe Hart in goal.
That's a good record.
And yeah, exactly. And it's just amazing how, I can't imagine most kids start out being a goalkeeper, but they've got their own kind of story or their path that kind of takes them to it.
Yeah.
Now,
it's always hard.
Yeah.
I went and watched a Sunday League team around Newcastle called Montague. I think it was Montague.
Okay.
And just the really young kids. I'm talking probably under 8s or under 9s. I just went over and I knew one of the lads playing, and it's hard for that age trying to enjoy goalkeeping when and not a lot happens in goals. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
young, you want to get on the ball, you want to just chase it around and just have fun. That's the
Yeah.
whole point. That's why everyone plays football. You know, it's fun at that age. So I think at that age, you know, I think everyone should encourage. You shouldn't be encouraged just to play in goal. I think you should be encouraged to play outfield. You should be encouraged to score goals, then play in goal. Like, you know, you should have the option to keep changing it all the time.
Yeah,
And
monkey
then
rush.
obviously, yeah, and then obviously when it gets to the business side of things and you're getting on big pitches and then sort of, you know, if you really enjoy being a goalkeeper and want to be one, you know, go and goal. And I think playing outfield helped me with the ball at my feet. I felt when I play in goal now, I feel a lot more comfortable with the ball at my feet because I played outfield as a youngster.
Yeah, makes sense. And I think the thing as well, I think we can learn over here from foreign coaches and so on, is that on the continent, you know, places like Germany, Spain, France, Portugal, they very rarely play matches. It's very kind of skills based. So you have the goalkeepers involved in dribbling drills and shooting drills and passing drills and so on. So as you say, they can get used to that aspect of football and being comfortable with the ball at their feet and kind of have an appreciation of the overall game rather than being that kid that's waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it can only help the game and only help the young players trying to make it as a footballer.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, I think we can learn a lot from foreign coaches, and as you say, bring the best bits of what they do and incorporate into what we do well here. Now, I'd imagine, is there a Spanish mentality with Rafa and his training methods and that sort of thing, or I suppose he's been in England for so long now, he's kind of probably mixed a bit of both.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to call it like a Spanish mentality or anything. You know, it's just the way he does things. And
Yeah,
but you know, just like an insight really. He spoke to me about of Navas and the way that he spreads himself and the way that he deals with one-on-ones. And for me to speak with someone with his information and his knowledge and him speaking to Navas and then being able to speak to me about the same thing and try to improve my game is, you know, for me being 19 and a young goalkeeper, you know, that's brilliant. You know, I mean, you can't really
Yeah,
get that anywhere else. Do you know what I mean?
that is invaluable.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And that's the beauty of it, and that's where, you know, where I like to learn off everyone. You know, I sort of take information from as much as I can, and then, you know, I'll get home and I'll sort of just go through my mind, and I'll take in what I think will work, and I'll try it, and I'll let go what I don't think will work, and I sort of really just have an open mind to the whole to everything really, and just try to take as much information as I can.
Well, that's quite a professional approach. Like, fair play for it. Because, yeah, the more open your mind is, I suppose, the better you'll get.
Yeah, that's just probably just the way I view things, to be honest.
well, I think that's gonna, it's only going to benefit you with that. You're a very mature sounding young man, and as you say, you're 19 years old and you're speaking to someone like Rafa Benitez about goalkeeping tips. I mean, it doesn't really get much better than that.
No, it doesn't. It
You know?
doesn't. It's quite. It's when someone says it to me like that, you know, I have to smile and sort of think, well,
It's crazy,
I'm
right?
in a great position.
Yeah. Oh well. Look, you've as you say, you've got a lot of people rooting for you. So I feel you're at the right place at the right time of your career. So as you were saying, I think it'd be good for you to go on loan. Maybe what would you be looking at ideally? Championship, or would you be happy to go back to League One again?
Yeah, I'm open to anything, to be honest. You know, even, you know, obviously staying in England and staying in the league would be great, but even if going abroad, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. Even getting some games abroad. I know one of a friend of mine's just gone away to Holland. And you know what I mean, he seems to enjoy it. And one of my friends plays in RC Lens. So you know, I think that could be an option. But you know, for me, I'd love to stay in the league and get more games that way.
No,
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough. And so what's from a selfish perspective, What's it like being with Peter Beardsley in the youth setup?
Yeah, he's a great
He's a bit of a
great
ledge.
man. Yeah, you know what I mean. Peter Beardsley is a legend at this club. You know what I mean. And do you know it was a massive part why I signed for this football club. The first time I come up here, I met Peter, and he sort of just took an interest to me, and he's helped me massively. I've worked with him since I was 14, and he's been a big part of what I've achieved so far, and I can only be grateful for that. And I'm in his team at the moment, and you know what I mean. We've played 2 games, won one, lost one, and hopefully we can kick on and keep getting some good results. But as do you know what I mean? Working with Peter Beardsley is brilliant. He's a legend in this city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a reputation for being a top bloke, actually.
Yeah, he's a great manager, and like he's a great person to be around.
I can imagine. I mean, obviously, again, looking from the outside in, what I remember growing up, he's one of the reasons why I supported Newcastle as a kid. Watching him play and kind of to look at, didn't have the look of a professional footballer. Like it's kind of like I don't know, but the stuff he used to do. I remember him scoring this goal against Sheffield Wednesday, and we had this awful like maroon and blue away kit. And of course, I went and asked my mum for it because that's what kids do. But he scored some. He was out wide, and he did a bit of a shimmy, and he bent it into the corner. And again, so definitely a YouTube clip worth watching.
Yeah, I've watched a few of his goals, and he always used to take it around the goalkeeper.
Yeah, exactly. And he was
I
just
just-
like,
He's
yeah,
but a few years ago when he used to join in training, he still used to be the best player on the pitch.
I bet he did.
And do you know, like he just wanted to win. If if there was a tackle there to be made, he was tackling, and if there was a goal there to be scored, he was tackling, and that was in training.
Yeah,
And that's something I would love. I try to get into my game is it's about winning and doing the nasty side of football, and then he done that in a training session when he's not a player anymore, and I was like, wow, that's amazing.
yeah. It sort of puts everyone to shame when you've got like a 40, 50-year-old man, showing the kids basically how to play football.
Yeah.
But no, it's great. It's really good to kind of speak to you and kind of learn the insides of the game, as we were saying. You wouldn't know any of this. There's no exposure of any of this kind of information. Obviously, you got, things like MUTV and Chelsea TV. They show the youth academies and that sort of thing. But to get an inside perspective of kind of what you guys go through as teenagers, basically. It's really good. It's really interesting. I mean, I could probably talk to you all day, but I imagine you've got better things to do than to waffle on. But so what we're going to do is we're going to move into a bit of a game now.
Okay.
To change the scene slightly. So basically, the game we're going to play is called Higher or Lower. And the way it works is you have a category. This instance, it will be transfers. So we'll give you a player and we'll give you the value they were purchased for. I will follow it on with another player with the same scenario, and you have to tell me whether they were bought for less or more than the original value.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, let's do it. So I'll give you one test run just to get you warmed up. So, second here.
I smashed this last week.
He did.
What's the highest scores? What do I need to beat?
I think I'd got 6 in a row.
Well, our usual second host, Frankie, he did this the first week and he got it wrong on the first one. So as long as you get better than that,
no pressure then.
Yeah, no pressure at all. All right. So first goalkeeper, we're going to say Simon Mignolet, signed for Liverpool for £9 million. So I'm going to give you a nice, easy one to start off with. Gianluigi Buffon, signed for Juventus from Parma. Now, was he higher or lower than Simon Mignolet?
So Simon Mignolet was 9 million.
9 million.
He's got to be more, isn't he? But I don't know if it's going to be a trick question.
See, I love it. I love it. I love the nerves. of the strain already, because that's what it is. Me and Keegan did this as a practice run earlier, and I obviously did
seems
it in
too
a different
obvious.
order. It seems too obvious, and I've just said I'll give you an easy one, Freddie. I'll give you an easy one. So go with what you think.
I'm gonna go higher.
Higher? Cool.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, is it right?
33 million.
Oh,
Gianluigi
thank God.
Buffon is the world record most expensive goalkeeper in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
He's a top keeper.
he is a top keeper. He is a top keeper. All right, so the next one, so 33 million. So we're going to go with Fraser Foster, signed for Southampton.
From
Higher or lower than 33 million?
Lower.
You going lower, yeah? You
Yeah,
sure?
it's gotta be. You just told me that was the
correct.
record.
10 million.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure you're listening. All right, cool. So 10 million. So next, you've got Manuel Neuer, signed for Bayern Munich from Schalke.
Schalke. Higher.
Higher? Sure?
Yeah,
Good lad. 19 million.
decent.
You're already the best scored judge so far.
Okay, cool.
So you're
Let's
doing
carry
well.
this on.
Yeah, we'll get rid of Frankie. We'll put you on next week, and you'll be sorted. Don't worry. If it doesn't work out with football, you definitely got a place on this show. Don't worry, mate. All right. So Neuer, 19 million. So next, Jan Oblak, Polish goalkeeper.
Yeah, great goalkeeper. Had
Hey,
an amazing.
Atletico Madrid. What do you think? Higher or lower?
Then
Manuel Neuer at 19 million.
lower.
You're going lower, yeah?
Yeah,
Well done. He's on a roll. He's on a roll.
smashing it.
Okay. All right. Next one. David De Gea,
Oh, I know what he went for.
Atletico Madrid to Manchester United. Higher or lower than 12.6 Jan Oblak went for?
12.6. I think De Gea was De Gea 12? I'm gonna say higher.
You saying higher, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm feeling nervous
He's
for you.
nervous.
Are you nervous, King? I feel really nervous about this. It's the furthest we've gone on this. All right. So, David De Gea, you're saying higher.
Yeah.
Well done. 18 million.
Why did I say 12?
Well,
I should have trusted my instincts.
well,
nerves.
it's one of those things where you think it sounds obvious, but then you think maybe it ain't. So, all right,
It's a trap.
going back a bit. Now you've got three more. You could go.
Okay.
You're going to go for the clean sweep here.
Yeah, I'm going for gold.
Going for gold. All right. So next player, Fabian Barthez,
Oh,
signed for Manchester United from Monaco.
3 years ago.
Now, is he higher or lower than 18 million?
Lower. Scott, it was them years ago. Keepers weren't getting brought for a lot of money back then, surely.
Well,
Yeah,
the
you
Buffon
sure?
one was years
Lower.
ago now.
Yeah, the Buffon one was around that time. Not to
Oh, yeah, true.
make you change your mind there,
Nah,
Freddie.
lower. It's got to be lower. Barthez
Yeah, you're
lower.
going with lower.
Yeah,
Cool. All right, 7.8 million. Well done.
brilliant.
You're getting it right. So you've got two more now. So don't mess this up, right? I've got a lot of faith in you here. All right, so Peter Cech signed for Chelsea. Now, he was a bit of an unknown then, but obviously turned out to be a top goalkeeper. Was he higher or lower than 7.8 million United paid for Fabian Barthez?
Check. From when he went to Chelsea?
When he went to Chelsea, so his original move to the Premier League.
Lower.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Because I don't think no one knew him then, and I thought he'd come in and he wasn't like a big transfer, but he come out to be a top keeper and holds a clean sheet record.
But he did end up being a top keeper, Freddie.
Yeah, but I think at the time, I think Chelsea got a massive deal on him.
It was
I'm saying
Ranieri,
lower.
I think, as well, wasn't it?
What's that, Keegan?
It was Claudio Ranieri rather than Jose Mourinho, I think.
Yeah. One of Claudio's transfers. All right, so we're going to lock in this answer. You're sure you're sticking with lower?
Yeah, I'm sticking with it.
Okay. Freddie, it was higher.
Was it?
11.5.
Big money.
Big money at the time, but considering he went to Arsenal for about that this time round.
Serious?
I thought
Yeah.
he went.
Ah,
Yeah.
And you had a really easy one for the last one. You're all set up.
what was it?
Craig Gordon,
Ah.
higher or lower? Never mind. Well, look, it's
Take
going to take a
silver.
lot to beat 8 out of 10. So you did all right. You did good.
Okay.
So next time you come on, we're going for 10. We're going for the full shebang.
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep. Right. So we'll finish off with the quick fire questions. So Keegan, do you want to do your 5 first, or shall I go with mine first?
Yeah, I'll go with mine 5 first.
All right. Go
So,
for it.
quick fire, one off the bat. Who's the best striker you've come up against?
In training or games?
Either.
Loic Remy.
Ooh, good one.
Good one.
David De Gea or Manuel Neuer?
De
Who's
Gea.
better? Yeah.
Can I just say, Keegan is a Man United supporter, so you made him happy with that.
Who do you think is the best pundit on telly?
Oof. Thierry Henry.
Okay. I would have. Yeah.
I like him.
I do like him, but yeah.
You know what? I
It's
didn't
quite
hear much.
controversial.
Yeah, that's what I like about him. Now, Gary Neville is kind of edgy as well, but Thierry Henry kind of gives you that kind of foreign perspective where obviously we're used to hearing Gary, Jamie, and Jamie. So, but no, in the Euros, I listened to a lot of Thierry Henry, and I was very impressed with him. But
Clarence
anyway,
Seedorf was good in the Euros, actually. Yeah, next one.
yeah, sorry, go on, carry on.
Who do you room with for away games?
International, Dale Fry from Middlesbrough. And for Newcastle, you get your own room.
Ooh, posh.
So you don't really room. But yeah, Dale Fry Internationals, I've roomed with him for years.
And last one.
Yeah.
Do you always sign or play yourself on Football Manager?
No.
No?
No, because I don't like me being a manager saying Freddie Woodman and my goalkeeper being Freddie Woodman as well. That's the
You know
main
what?
That
reason.
makes
I'm
sense.
exactly the same. I'm exactly the same. Obviously, not from a professional footballer's perspective, but obviously from time to time I like to dream, so I add myself into Football Manager. I can't, so I need to make up a fake manager name because I can't have myself. I just can't do it. So
It's horrible.
Freddie,
It's
I
horrible.
completely agree. Completely
See,
agree.
I make up a fake son and put him in the game.
That's even worse than my fake manager name. All right, so my 5 questions. Right, Freddie, you ready?
Yep.
Right. Who is the coolest person you've got in your phone book?
Wow. Wow. What a question. The coolest person in my phone book. That's a hard one on quick fire. I don't know.
First person that comes into your head.
I can't think of one. Jesus. I don't even know.
All right, we'll
Come back to me.
come
Come
back
back
to it.
to
We'll
me.
come back to it.
That's a
Come
hard
back to
one.
you. All right. All right. Who has the best dance moves at Newcastle? Who throws the best shapes? The old Christmas
would
parties.
Say Jamal Lascelles.
Really?
I think he can cut shapes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think he will tone it down now he's got the captaincy?
No, I think he'll still be going for it.
I like it. I like it. All right. Who has the worst dress sense? I have a guess, but
The
I'll let you
worst
say.
dress sense. When someone asks me this question, I always say Cardala.
Really?
Because he always batters me.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
if I'm being truthful, I would have to say Adam Armstrong.
Really? You got any
Some-
examples?
The colours,
The colours.
you know, he's mixing a few purples.
Looks like
With a
Mr.
li-
Motivator.
You know, I'm not a big fan of purple myself, but he mixes purple with a lot.
I agree. I'm not a fan of purple myself. See, I remember, was it Mbemba when he turned up in his tuxedo?
Yeah,
What a ledge! Like he's
Great.
just
That's smart.
arrived. That's quality. Did you see the picture of this, Keegan?
No?
Yeah, he rocked up when he signed for Newcastle. I'm pretty sure it was. And you know they had the pictures in the stands
Oh
when
yeah,
they showed he had a proper full-on tuxedo.
that's the way to do it.
I thought, of course, it's brilliant, brilliant. I would have been really upset if you said he was the worst dressed, because I was really impressed with that. All right, if you wasn't a footballer, what would you have been?
I would have been.
And don't say a goalkeeping coach. That's a cop out.
No. I haven't ever. I don't really think about this, but if I had to say something, I would have been a roofer.
A roofer.
Yes.
Wow.
My
What you're
granddad done
thinking
it.
of when you were.
I'd have just gone on the done on my granddad's roofing.
Is this what you were thinking of when you were struggling in Mr. Polyview's classes, his boring classes?
Yeah, I was probably getting shouted at by Mr. Polyview right now.
Okay, and who's your favourite player ever?
Goalkeeper wise, Buffon.
Yeah.
I love Buffon, but player wise, I used to go to Portugal every year, and I used to love Luis Figo. I had about 5 different Luis Figo shirts, and I don't know why.
He's a very good player.
Yeah, he is a fantastic player.
Very good player. Good choice. Good choice. All right, so back to the question. Call this person in your phone book.
I'm gonna say someone that isn't a footballer.
Okay.
I'm gonna say there's a guy. I don't know if anyone watched it. There was a show about SOS on channel. I think it was ITV.
Yeah,
or Channel
I watched it.
That guy called Ant from the show. I met him in an airport once and got his number and sort of chatting to him. He's the
Was he
coolest guy on my
the
phone.
main guy?
The guy with the best beard ever.
God, the beard. The main guy. The main drill instructor.
Yeah,
Dark hair.
yeah. He's honestly the coolest man I think I've
You
ever met in
bumped
my
into
life.
him in the airport and you got his number.
And Anthony Middleton. What a guy.
That is brilliant. And what, you recognised him straight away?
I went straight up to him and said, "That's one of the best shows I've ever seen on TV."
It was a very good show.
And he
My
was
wife
like,
and I
"Oh,
watched
thanks."
it. I think we were I thought I was the only other person that watched it. I don't remember anyone else watching it.
It was
I don't think I
phenomenal.
ever saw this.
So basically, they got a load of, I say normal people, as in regular people, and they volunteered to go on this show and basically go through the standard training you would go through in the SAS.
As hard as nails and pretty scary.
Basically, yeah, it was some serious stuff. And this guy that Freddie's referring to was the main drill sergeant, and he was actually a sniper, I believe, in the SAS. And he seemed like a really cool guy. Like when they interviewed him
Yeah,
afterwards,
it's cool.
and he wasn't trying to kill everyone, like physically. He seemed like quite a cool guy. That's really funny that you bumped into him in the airport and asked him for his number. I bet no one else has ever done that. You were the first person. Did he know who you were?
Yeah, he knew who I was, and I just said, "Can I have a photo with you, please?" And I got a random guy to take the photo, and then I text it to all my friends, like, "Oh, I've just met Ant." He said if I ever wanted to go on the next show to give him a text, and I was like, "Nah, you're right."
Oh,
mate."
so are they doing another one?
Yeah, I think they're doing another one, but he texted me if I wanted to be on it, and I was thinking, no chance, like, that's too hard.
No, that's too much.
Bit too much, yeah. Don't blame me for that.
That's wicked. That's brilliant. See, most people would have gone for like someone conventional, but then I love the fact that you've gone for some completely random guy that I actually know, but
Yeah.
would never go up to him and ask him for his telephone number.
Yeah, it was quite weird, to be fair.
You
when I
should
look back.
have some balls there, Freddie.
Yeah.
I mean, you got up to an SAS sniper and asked him for his telephone number.
I know, yeah. I sat and had dinner with him as well.
Well, I think we're kind of getting to the end of the show now. So, Freddie, you've been a ace guest, and as I said before, love to have you on the show again. Good luck with the rest of the season, and good luck with your international career and everything. And think of us when you check in St George's again. You're looking at your heroes on the wall.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
That's all right. No problem,
Yeah.
mate.
Cheers, Freddie.
All the best, Freddie, yeah?
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
All right. Right, everyone. So we'll be back next week, Wednesday, for our Transfer Deadline Day special. Will be a full complement with Frankie Bruno back again. So thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone.
Cheers.
Oh, he left the fire. A quick look up, a right foot shot, and that is arrows underneath the crossbar. That's a stupendous goal.